The grand total of what I made on YouTube for the past 6 months of being monetized is... I love these videos. I used to watch a ton of them when I was just first starting out on YouTube. So either you're a small creator like me or you're just nosy, which I relate to. I'm so excited, but also a little bit nervous. I hope that this kind of gives you an idea of why your support means so much to me, why I create what I create, and kind of like what it looks like and how it feels as a creator on the other side. And if you're not subscribed, just as a disclaimer, I do not make YouTube tip content. I do a lot of thrifting, Midwest lifestyle, a lot of like faith content, heart to heart. So if you like that, be sure to subscribe. I'd love to have you here. For this video, I want to break it up into my journey briefly into YouTube, my journey getting monetized, and then we'll go month per month, what I made every month, and talk about kind of the videos that helped my channel, what I learned, and at the very end, we'll talk about the grand total and just my overall thoughts on YouTube so far, because I have so many thoughts. This could be like such a long video, but I'm gonna try and keep it brief. I don't even think I said my name, but my name is Molly. I'm 29. I live in the Midwest. I am married. Actually recently had 2 miscarriages last year, so my YouTube journey and the miscarriages can't be separated from each other. Just as a trigger warning, I will be talking about miscarriage, not in detail, but just in timeline wise, because it's kind of crazy how like they coordinate. So I started this laundry chat channel June 21st of 2022. So we're coming up on 3 years of this laundry chat channel, but I have been doing the laundry chat for a very long time. Even before this channel, I loved YouTube. I posted all the time. Most of my videos got like barely 100 views, but I didn't care. Like looking back now, I'm like, dang, like I purely made videos because I love them. Not even with the goal of being monetized. Like I just love making videos. And I feel like that's like my first tip. You really have to love it. Doing it with the goal of monetization, it's not gonna last. And I think part of the journey towards monetization, which if you don't know, you need to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Seems maybe small kind of, but when you're doing it, you realize just how much one person watching your videos matters a lot. It just is something that you really have to do and love, and not for the views, not for the subscribers, not for the money. And for years of my life, I was doing it just purely because I loved it, and I still love it today. I'm actually filming this on a Saturday. It's a beautiful day out, but like I want to be doing this. But all that to say, I did always have a dream of being monetized, but I just never thought it would be something that I could do. I had started being really consistent kind of right before we tried to get pregnant, and once we started trying, it was too stressful for me. I had to stop. That was in February of last year, and then we had the miscarriage. I was like, you know what? I want to share our story. I want to get back on YouTube. I remember talking to my mom and husband and friends and being like, I don't know why I stopped. It gave me an outlet and something to do and focus on, and I really missed it. And so I posted my first video back in August of 2024, and I was like, you know what? I am going to commit to posting every week. And I shared our miscarriage story, and from then on, I decided to post every week since then. When I started, I fully gave my channel to God. I do want to say that because that was a huge part of why I even did it. I was like, you know what? This is where I feel like God is calling me to. This is what I feel like he wants me to do. And like I just fully gave it to him of like, I don't care how many views my videos get, how many subscribers. Like I truly did not care. It was for me and for what I felt like God was trying to work on in my life. I think I had like around like 300 to 400 subscribers at that point. And so that's what I did. I posted once a week, every week from August to October of last year. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. I was so pumped. At the time, I was pregnant with our second baby, Sunny. Only a couple days later, we had our ultrasound. It was when we also found out that we had our second miscarriage, and that was on October 23rd. But that also was the day I met the YouTube requirements. Honestly, the worst day of my life, finding out we had our second miscarriage, but I also found out that I was accepted into the YouTube creator program. It was just such a whirlwind. It just felt so crazy that it happened on that day. Once you get accepted into the YouTube partnership program, you have to get like accepted, you need to apply, you need to like, it's like a whole process. I fully got accepted into the program on Halloween. Halloween was the first day that I could make money on my videos. That meant that November, which was my birthday and also the due date of our first baby that we lost, it was my first month fully monetized, which was such a gift from God that like that month was covered. The month I was dreading the most all year. I feel like that's enough chatting. I hope that wasn't too boring. I do feel like it's so interesting to hear everyone's YouTube journey story because everyone's is so different. I could chat forever about this, but we'll get into the analytics because I know that's what you're here for. To be honest, I don't look at my analytics too much, at least not like this in depth as what we're going to do. There is something called RPM, which is revenue per mil, and it basically just means how much money you're getting per 1,000 views. One video could get 2,000 views and it can make, let's say, a lot of money, but another video could get 2,000 views and not make as much money, even though it's the same amount of views. It just depends on like how many ads there are, content, what the ads are, like all this stuff. It's just confusing. It just so happened that I had a video going out the day that I got officially monetized, which was exciting. This was my fall weekend in my life in Wisconsin video, and this ended up making me $5.31 that day. I was so excited. There's nothing that can prepare you for the excitement of being monetized for the first time. Like, getting your first dollar from a video is crazy. I have been making videos for free, for fun, for so long, and then to get like $5 to, like, for a video that I would just make for fun anyways was like insane to me. I just remember being so blown away that I made $5. Okay, and getting into November. So like I said, this was my first month fully monetized. At this point, I was only posting once a week. I did a couple shorts during this month, but we won't talk about those because shorts is, I don't really fully understand those. The first video that I posted in November was announcing that we had a second miscarriage. Kind of a bummer, honestly. I was so excited about being monetized, and the video that had gone out on Halloween was pre-recorded before we knew that. I really wanted to stay consistent with the uploading once a week, so I talked about kind of literally just our process of like the morning after a second miscarriage and what that was like. It was a very vulnerable post for me to do, and I didn't care. I didn't really care what anyone thought about it. I wanted it documented for us and for me, and again, kind of a bummer that that was like the first video that I posted, you know, in the first month of being monetized, but I feel like it also feels fitting in a way. And then a week later, I posted a thrift with me video with my mom and my sister and my niece. This video did really well. In one day, I made $22.11. I remember this was kind of the first video that I was like, whoa, I just made $22 in one day from one video, like crazy. Oh, and then my miscarriage video, I made $6.30. And keep in mind that these amounts are like a video is continuing to get like views and make revenue. So like for this one, for example, the first day it was uploaded, it made $22.11. The next day it made $18.41, but that's also including revenue from the other videos. The next video I made was 150 plus gift ideas. It was like this gift guide video, and I was so excited about it. It took me forever to make. I spent so much time on it and it completely flopped. It did not do very well. In one day it made $8.47. And I don't actually even think that that's the amount that that video itself made. Yeah, it did not do very well. And I remember being really sad because I worked really hard on it. And then my last video in November was a coffee chat video, just talking about like our second miscarriage and like a month after and my thoughts and feelings. That made $5.04. You have to make $100 in that month to get paid. So if you made, let's say, $25 in revenue for that month, you wouldn't get paid that month. It would just lap over, and then you'd have to make another, you know, $75 in the next month to reach 100. I shouldn't be explaining this, but basically you don't get paid if you don't make $100, and until you reach that $100 threshold, then you can get paid. This month, I was really hopeful that I could make $100 in a month, and I did. I made $175.46 in November. My first month being monetized, plus the $5 from October, it ended up being $180. I was beyond excited. Like I said, I was just hoping for 100, so to make almost double that, I was like, how did that happen? Obviously, you can see the spike here. The thrift video was really what sent it over the edge. I mean, I was making $22 a day, $12 a day, $16 a day. I was so pumped, and I was so excited to go into December because that was Vlogmas. I wasn't able to do like a full everyday Vlogmas, but I did my own version of Vlogmas, which was posting twice a week, every week. So here we are in December. So we got 9 videos in December. The first one we started out with was a sew and chat. I learned very quickly that you guys don't like to see me sew, and that's okay. I definitely work really hard on my sewing videos, and it's hard to like film it. It just takes a long time to edit, and I made $3.71. The next video, I did a decorate for a Midwest Christmas. I decorated my whole house for Christmas, and that also didn't do very well, earning $4.43 in a day. I remember starting out this month being like, oh my gosh, like I suck. Like this is terrible. Like no one wants to watch me. Like what am I doing? I think the lowest I made this month in a day was 80 cents. I also posted an Old Navy fitting room video, which I was super excited about, but also didn't do as well as I thought it would. I made $9.87 Christmas shopping at Target. I was also really excited about this one, but didn't perform nearly as well as I thought. I made $5.07 on that video. The next video was a thrift video, which at this point I knew was like my best performing content, and I was trying to do a thrift video like one a month. So I was really excited for this one. This was thrifting for my Christmas gift. I just love the concept, and I was really proud of the video. This made $10.26 when it first was uploaded. It continued to make you know, $16 a day, $7 a day. There was a spike at $10 a day. It was kind of slowly increasing in views, which means it was slowly increasing in revenue, which I was really excited about. The next video I posted was my DNC experience, which, as you can imagine, like, I don't know, it almost makes me want to cry, like thinking about me going through, I was like waiting to miscarry. We found out we had to have a DNC. I was trying to make content and make like fun, happy content, and knowing that I was going through this at the same time is just like, I kinda can't believe it, like thinking about it. I just thought it was an important video to make because it was what I was truly going through. It was very traumatic for me, and I thought, you know, if it could make one person feel less alone, like I just wanted to share it. So that video made $13.34 when I uploaded it. The next video was a cozy self-care day vlog, made $9.50, and then the next one was my 2024 recap after 2 miscarriages, $5.56, for a total of $188.90 for December, which was actually very frustrating because if you remember, in November I got paid like $180 for just uploading 1 video a week. In December, I only made like $8 more for uploading 2 videos a week. I don't know if it was the RPM. I've heard that in December, RPM isn't as high as it used to be anymore. Either way, I was a little discouraged because I put so much work and effort and time into these videos, and for it to only result in basically the same income as before, it was discouraging. But I really liked getting into the rhythm of doing 2 videos a week. It was really fun. January was kind of a confusing month because I started off the year traveling to New Mexico, so that kind of threw off my schedule. I was always kind of a video or 2 ahead, and this time I had to catch up, which made it really hard. So in January, I posted 6 videos in January. I started off the month doing 1 video a week, and then I think I ramped it up to 2 videos a week again. So the first video in January was a thrift video. This was a new concept on my channel, which was thrift therapy, which basically was just thrifting without buying anything and just thrifting for fun and to see what's there, and because it's therapeutic. And then I talked about my feelings and stuff. So I made $11.82. I remember thinking that it would perform better, but ooh, yeah, look, I think, yeah, the lowest day I made 62 cents in January. The next video was my 2025 goals video, which did terrible. I only made $3.58 when that video was uploaded, and then it got even lower. What was my lowest revenue day? 40 cents in January. Again, these are videos that are only going out weekly, so like these are spaced really far apart. If the videos aren't growing, like I'm not getting paid really. The next video was a cozy city vlog, which did okay. It got $10.28. Thrifting my Pinterest board, which I was really excited about this one. Me and my mom went to a ton of thrift stores. I was thrifting for the woman I want to be. I just love the concept of this video, and I was really excited about it. Apparently you guys were too, because I got $21.16 in one day, and then $35.67 in a day. And I remember seeing that and I was shocked. Also in this month, I ended up getting my first sponsorship, which was so exciting, especially as a small creator. At this point, I think I had maybe 2,000 subscribers or so. So to get a sponsorship was really exciting. This was a gifted sponsorship from Halara. I'm actually wearing their exercise dress now. So I really do love their products, and this was a really fun video to do. It didn't perform as well as I thought it would, but I was still really proud of myself that I got to the point that I got to do a sponsored video. And then the last video in January, it was a little like body image chat video, which again did horribly. $6.75. So for total for January, I made $173.74. This was my lowest revenue month so far out of the 3 months, which made sense, being that they tend to say January isn't that great of a revenue month on YouTube. And I also was kind of sporadic with posting. I started out 1 video a week, then I missed you guys, and I was like, no, feels so sad not posting. So I decided to commit to going back to 2 videos a week in February, and we will see how the analytics play out with that. So for February, we have 8 videos. I upload on Mondays and Thursdays, by the way. I started the month off with my 5 worst thrift finds, which did pretty good. I wasn't sure how that video would perform, but I made $6.12. And then the next video was another thrift with me video. I believe this was another thrift therapy video, and I made $29.02 on that video. And then we go to this one. This video is like a get ready with me for a date. I go on a date with AJ, and it was another sponsored video. I was sponsored by Linear, which is a jewelry company. And yeah, I was just hopeful that it would do well, and it did okay. We made $11.66 on this video. And the next video was talking about my partial molar pregnancy. Not like the most fun content, but I was always so excited to share what was going on in my life with that. It just always kind of felt like without sharing it, like I was hiding in something. I don't know. So it always just felt so good for me to like share what was going on. This video, this was AJ and I, we took the train to La Crosse, Wisconsin and did a little staycation together. This is a part of our year of dates where we're going on more dates together because we don't have babies right now. And it did not do well. I was so bummed because I worked really hard on it. I obviously, you know, documented everything and edited it. It took a while and it made $6.90 the day it was uploaded. But it's kind of like that hard balance of like, I love doing it, but also, especially with the amount of work that you put into it, it's hard to see it be worth $6, you know, or like it not get the views that you think it should, you know? But that's the other tip I've learned, is that a lot of times the videos that aren't getting views probably don't deserve the views, because there's so many things now looking back at some videos that I thought were super great. I realized that they actually weren't that great. So I've definitely learned a lot and improved, especially just with making more frequent videos, what actually does well, what people like to see, what people like to watch, what gives the most value. I don't know. I still think this one is a really great video, but it just didn't do as well. The next one was a reset day vlog. Did okay, $7.66 the first day. And then we get to another thrifting video. So in this, you can definitely see I did more thrifting. So we have a thrift theme here, thrift theme there, and then another thrift theme here. And this one was thrifting for color, which was super fun. It made $28.75 in one day. And then the next day, it made $32.45, which was exciting. I did a Gap fitting room video, which I was very excited about, and this one made $23.04 in one day. So that leaves the total revenue for February to $253.18. This was very exciting to me. This was kind of me experimenting with putting in more thrifting videos because, again, I realized that they did really well. And if you know anything about YouTube, you know that going into a niche is like very important and highly recommended. Thankfully, I love thrifting, and honestly, those are the funnest videos for me. They're the most therapeutic for me. They're the funnest to edit. I don't know, they're so perfect for me. Like, I love it. So the fact that those are the videos that were doing well, I was pumped. To see the revenue increase this month finally to like $250 was very exciting. So we went into March trying something new, and this is actually where things completely changed, which is kind of cool because March was actually the month that we found out we were pregnant with our first baby. To have that next year be the year where with YouTube revenue everything changed was kind of cool. I posted 9 videos in March. This was when I decided to have every Monday video be a thrift video. So my Monday videos were thrift videos, and then my Thursday videos were other content I wanted to do, lifestyle, vlog, other like things I wanted to explore were on Thursdays, and then my thrift videos were on Mondays. Started off the month with a Monday video, a thrift video, which was thrifting for orange. I made $27.83. The next video was a journal with me video, which did really terrible. It only made $7.92. It's just so crazy. Like, I definitely put more effort and more work into the Thursday videos because it's normally something different, like a lot more work and effort, where the thrifting videos are a lot more fun. They're easy for me to do. They're like, I wouldn't say they're not work, but I know how to do them. To have it be like such a drastic difference in revenue and views is just very frustrating. Now, this was a video that popped off. It didn't look like it right away. It made $30.53 or 59 cents right away, but it kept steadily increasing and it did so good. And it's funny because this video was actually one that I felt like would do good. I just had a feeling that it would do good. Like in my mind, I made the video as if it would do good. I don't know if you've heard of this tip before, but you post like you're already a YouTuber. I was like, well, if I want to be a YouTuber, I need to post like I'm one. And what would a YouTuber do and post? So this was one of those videos that I was like, okay, if I was like making a really good Midwest thrifting video, what would I do? Like, what would it look like? And I just made that video and it did really good. The next video was spring cleaning, which again, a lot of this revenue from this video is from the thrifting video, but I got $27.50 that day. And then the next video, which was very exciting, I had this video in the works for a long time and it just so happened to be ready in March. This was thrifting for my friend Ellie for her aesthetic. In one day, I made $72.74. I was freaking out. Like, this was so exciting because the Midwest video was doing really well. this thrift video was doing really well. It was so cool to see my hard work pay off and for things to just be timed so well. The next video was about healing from my 2 miscarriages, which I made $37.89 from that. But again, a lot of that's from the thrifting videos. I have thrifting for orange. That day I made $54.20. Then I have a get ready with me date video, and that made $17.51. That video did really bad. I was so excited to post that video because I was like, you know, I've been posting so much thrifting content. I was so excited to have more of like a heart-to-heart, but it just doesn't do well. Like right now, what is it at? It is at 1.7K views. So again, it's not all about the views, but in terms of like what's worth my time, revenue-wise, like if I want this to be a part-time job, it's so frustrating to have videos not be profitable, I guess. But for me, those videos are very important because it connects with you guys. Those videos are often my favorite videos to watch. So I love having like the mix of Monday thrift videos with Thursday fun heart-to-heart videos more. Hearing from your guys' comments on those videos, like even though it doesn't get a lot of views and doesn't make me a lot of revenue, there's a lot more like conversations in the comments, and it's so much more heartfelt, and like I feel like I'm really connecting with you guys. So it's still like very important to me and very valuable to me, even though if it's not like making a lot of money. And then the last video, thrift with me for my gift closet, and that made me $40.14. The grand total for March was $774.56. I made almost $800 in March off of YouTube. AJ and I were stunned. Like we were literally like, wait, like what? Does that help? Okay, hopefully that helps. But yeah, AJ and I were in shock. We could not believe it. I just felt so grateful, and like being that was the first month that I tried to do a thrift video a week and that it actually paid off, it's still just hard to believe. I don't know, it just felt like such a gift, and I don't take it lightly. Like I don't take you subscribing and commenting and liking. Like as you can see, like it means so much, especially being that at this time I think I only had maybe like 3,000 subscribers or so. Or we went into April feeling a little bit nervous. I was like, am I gonna be able to do this again? Was March just like a fluke thing, like just random, and I got lucky? So in April again, posting 2 times a week. I posted 8 videos in April. DIY our dresser video that made $22.26. I posted this thrift with me for colorful tops, which was so fun. I was so proud of this video, and it did really well. In the first day, it made $71.12. The next video was an American Eagle fitting room video, which made $33.37. The Midwest thrifting for color, I thought it would do a lot better. Some videos just you think are gonna do good and they don't, but it still did well, and I made $55.76 trading my old pajamas for like a pajama set, and that made $25.96 in one day. The next video was thrifting for AJ and I's date outfit. That made $52.76. I also just felt like my views were a little bit down in April. Videos I thought would do well like didn't do as well as I thought. And then the next video was checking in on my 2025 goals, which did, again, terrible as you might expect. I made $15.07 in one day. The last video in April was thrifting for my friend Megan for her coastal cowgirl aesthetic, which was so fun. I was so proud of this video, but it only made $33.82 in a day. In total for April, I made $692.79. Pretty good, like $700 in April, almost $800 in March. It just was crazy to like see that continue. I really thought that maybe March was just like a random thing that happened. So the grand total of what I made on YouTube for the past 6 months of being monetized is $2,263.93. You guys, for getting paid this much to do something that I would want to do anyways and that I would be doing anyways is such a gift. Obviously, I can't like live off this money, like this is all over the past 6 months, but still to make that much out of making videos, doing something I love, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort. You don't really know how much effort goes into, especially posting twice a week on YouTube until you do it. It's a lot of work, a lot of time and effort and thought and energy, but it's so rewarding. Being able to see that I made this much in my first 6 months being monetized just feels like such a gift, because I know that that's not the case like for everybody, and you can't force a video to do well. You can't force people to care and to watch and to be interested and subscribe. I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. I don't take it lightly at all, your comments. Honestly, like to the people who like the video, like that means so much to me. I know that there's probably a lot of people who watch me, who are like me watching YouTube, who don't comment, they don't say anything, but you watch every week. To you, I say thank you. It doesn't go unnoticed. It helps me be able to continue to make great content, to pursue doing this, and to make this like an actual sustainable part-time job for me. Obviously, like a big thing for me is getting sponsorship. I love getting gifted things and doing videos on them, and like that means a lot to me. But my goal is to try and get a sponsorship where I actually make money off of that. I can see why YouTubers don't just depend on AdSense revenue, because as you can see, it really matters that you post consistently, and if you get sick or you travel, it can be really hard to keep up with that. And I can post like similar content one month and then get a different amount of income than another month. Like you just don't know how things are gonna perform, the revenue you're gonna get. Getting some consistent sponsorships would be amazing. At 5,000 subscribers, you can still make a decent amount of side money doing YouTube. Like you don't need to have a ton of subscribers. It really just matters the content that you're making and how much you care about what you're doing. So yeah, I hope this gives you a little bit of insight too of like why I'm posting what I'm posting. As you can see, thrift videos just make the most sense to me. It's such a blessing that what does well on my channel is what I truly care the most about and that I love doing the most of, but I still have a heart for all of the other content and other ideas that I want to do. So that's kind of why I set it up like that. And yeah, and that's kind of what they, you know, tell you on all these like YouTube tip things, is like you want to double down on what your subscribers, what people like to watch, and a lot of my viewers like to watch me thrift, which is perfect. Like I love it, and it's just such an interesting thing to navigate, I guess. In some ways, I feel like monetization kind of like makes things more complicated because you can just see so much more of what's going on behind the scenes and like the value that people are putting on your videos. But I've been really proud of my content recently, and this whole process has helped me become a better YouTuber, honestly. Not because it's about the money, but because it's about the value. Am I bringing enough value to people that they care to watch it? And I want to create really good content and content that you guys like the most of. And so to see like these analytics is like very telling of like what you guys like, what you guys care about. And yeah, comment down below anything else you'd like to see from me. So sorry, my camera died. I was so nervous, like I said, posting this. Finances and money can be really complicated to share on the internet. I think the thing is it's really not about all the money, all the views. Truly the reward in doing this is getting to create something that people like, that people watch. That's like truly so rewarding. And every time someone subscribes to me, I'm just like, dang, like how? If you guys are interested in my YouTube journey, more YouTube like content, I can definitely keep talking about it if you want, but just kind of wanted to share this because this is such a huge milestone for me and I feel super proud, and I just thought it was worth documenting. And again, encouraging to you guys who are also trying to become YouTubers and small creators, like what you can make, like what YouTube will pay you, because it's not too bad. If you made it to the end, let me know if what I made was more or less than you expected. I don't know what you guys expected me to make on YouTube, but you guys know I put out videos every Monday and Thursday, and so next week is going to be a thrifting video, or yeah, next Monday, thrifting video, so that'll be very fun. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next laundry chat, and I love you guys.